Hello, my name is L.A. Barnes. I'm a writer and a librarian, and today I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite horror novels of the last few years. I have included in this list a controversial choice, a surprise choice, and way too much Stephen King. My first choice is one that I could argue stands between horror and mystery, and it is Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes. This is the first book in the Bill Hodges trilogy, and so far it's the best of the Bill Hodges trilogy. The antagonist in Mr. Mercedes is Bradley Hartfield. He, I think, will go down as one of King's better characters, and he's a very Stephen King kind of a character. He's ordinary looking, but totally insane, lethal, and borderline over the top. My second choice is my controversial selection. Again, Stephen King, but this time, Dr. Sleep. A lot of people had negative things to say about this book when it came out. Unfortunately, the publisher wanted to call it a sequel to The Shining. It really isn't. I think this book can be best appreciated by separating it from The Shining and understanding that they are 2 completely different novels. If you take into account the vast difference in terms of the attitude towards alcohol specifically, but towards addiction and recovery in general, it's almost written by 2 different authors. The first being Stephen King when he was still using, and the second being a sober and older Stephen King. One of the reasons I really liked Dr. Sleep is because it has another one of King's bizarre, borderline over-the-top bad guys. This time it's a woman who is a leader of a cult that travels around the country in RVs. She is fun to read, really almost so close to over the top, and yet King manages to pull it off. I don't think anyone else could have. My final selection is my surprise selection, Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl. Now, my library classified this as a mystery. Some libraries have put it in general fiction. I tend to think of it as horror because of events in the last half of the book. If you've seen the film, you'll know what I mean. It's handled better, I think. A little better in the book. They did a decent job within the film, I'm not complaining. But by the time we get to the last half of this book, we are dealing with a psychopath who's running around tormenting other people. That's horror. One of the other things you kind of lose in the film is how well Gillian Flynn has written about the psychology of a beautiful woman. You're not going to find that somewhere else, and you've got to read the book to fully experience it.